Why do they keep laughing at the thought of female Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman getting caught without her mask on, and the dude who catches her just goes on a rant about fake geek girls and how that costume isn't even accurate, oh my god, and Comic-Con was last week, and her secret identity is saved because of some dude bro in a Batman t-shirt thinks he's hot crap. I mean, yeah, that would happen. Let's just be completely real about it. I've been around conventions enough times to know how it be and how it go. Like, it's such a weird thing. Why do people try and, like, gatekeep geek culture, you know what I mean? Like, we need more people. The more people who buy the things, the more things get made. That's how it works. Don't gatekeep it, you weird, sweaty lad. Like, come on. Come on. Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus! My name is Lumo and today we are looking at r/Tumblr, a subreddit that has sadly become so ingrained with my personal image that I get stopped by websites outside now. It's a subreddit dedicated to posts from tumblr.com that have reached the quarantine zone and have now entered the wider internet as a whole. Let's just get right into it. If you wake up much earlier than normal, you feel secret emotions. One time I woke up at 7 a.m. and stared at the sunrise for like an hour. Don't know what emotions those were, but they sure were a lot. If you stay up late enough, you feel those same emotions, but the bad version of them. I'm going to be completely real with you. Every time I have a meaningful heart-to-heart with somebody, it is at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is where I do most of my thinking. It is where I do so much of my decompressing. There is a magic time in which your brain will process things for some odd reason better. And when I used to live in the countryside, I would do the same thing. I would watch the sunrise every morning after my workout, and it would be like, I just didn't have stress. It was weirdly nice. And I highly recommend it. Like, I'm gonna be completely real. Waking up early, getting a full night's sleep, a lot of benefits. You're the town superhero. Your greatest enemy is the town supervillain. However, secretly, you're both brothers. There isn't anything tragic, as your whole destructive rivalry is actually just a massive prank on your third brother, the mayor. Finally, a realistic sibling relationship in the media. That sounds actually amazing. I would watch and or read the hell out of that. Like, that just sounds so like that actually does sound like a decent, like, you know, dynamic, because it's like, obviously the mayor wants, you know, his brothers to get along, but it's just like, they are getting along. They're just pulling the world's most epic prank. And now here's another question. Does the third brother, the mayor, do they have superpowers? Can they jump into the fray? Can they put a stop to this? Like, what's going on here? I want to see it. I want to make it happen. It seems like a fun concept. I am now selling this idea that is very clearly mine. NBC, hit me up. CW, let's go. I hate when your parents are like, I know you better than yourself. Like, no you don't. Like, oh, you're an expert on the inner machinations of my psyche? Name 3 of my top 10 existential dreads. How about I raised you? Yeah, and the only version of me that you know is the one I carefully crafted so that you wouldn't ask me questions because it became obvious early on you couldn't handle the obvious answers. I'm gonna be real, I have a wonderful relationship with my parents. I'm very grateful for the fact that I can tell them anything, but there was definitely a time where this was in fact the case. Like, I couldn't tell my parents anything because I would get like a 40-minute long story about how what I had just told them was wrong, and it was just like, someone was mean to me, so I put like shaving cream in their locker. Like... And I would get like a 40-minute tirade about how, like, that's the devil's work. Like, it's stuff like that where it's like, parents who think their kids can't talk to them are normally right, but it's not because the kid is stunted, it's because you can't seem to accept the information that you might not want to hear. It is the parents' job to steer the kids in a good path, but there are right and wrong ways to do it on a kid-by-kid basis, you know what I mean? Am I gonna be a good dad one day? Who knows? I'm gonna have to screw up a lot, but, like, lessons learned. My cats have very different communication styles when they urgently want something. One of them stares, the other one yells. And if staring isn't having the desired results, the staring cat will go and fetch the yelling cat to yell on her behalf. The cats have unionized. The cats have formed a division of labor and have completely understood the wants and desires of the other. That's actually really kind of cool. That's like a symbiotic? No, that's not symbiotic. That's just like, that's codependency. That's cats adopting cats. That's really cool, actually. I think that's really sick. A true master tactician. Sun Tzu is so freaking funny to me because for his time he was legitimately a brilliant tactician, but a bunch of his insight is crap like, if you think you might lose, avoid doing that. Being outnumbered is bad generally, and consider lying. Use fire if you get the chance. Most people would really hate getting set on fire. I feel so bad because I think that, The Art of War is a good book about basically the tactics of the time that, Sun Tzu was using. And I feel bad that it's been picked up by a bunch of conspiracy theorists and neckbeards. That's probably a very interesting read that I've actually had on my list for a while because it's just, I hear so much about it. I'm fascinated. But it's definitely been co-opted by the same dude who has a katana and a Megumin body pillow and is insisting it's okay even though Megumin's 14. You know what I mean? That's the kind of people who I associate with this book now, which is why I've put it off for so long. It's like stoicism. It's been corrupted by modern culture. No offense, but why are people obsessed with King Kong and Godzilla? Big. Loud. Handsome. No, that's accurate. I mean, have you seen King Kong? His coat is just shiny. The boy's got a good skincare routine. He's got good conditioner, a good crew working on getting him lathered, The boy's got it. Put that man in a tie, put him in his own video game, he'll be a hit. Okay, but all I've done is sleep today, Lamau. I woke up at noon, ate lasagna, and went right back to sleep after. Method actor. Garfield cosplay. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I mean, if you sleep all day, eat lasagna, maybe steal John's pipe, you may just be living the Garfield life. And if you're living in John Arbuckle's house, well then, you're either his wife or his cat. That's the only two options. Odie doesn't exist. Man, that took a weird turn. You're either a cat or his wife. Take your pick. That's a sentence. That's a sentence that belongs somewhere else. Thinking about girl wizards again. Not witches! Witches are responsible and ecologically knowledgeable and stuff like that. Wizards are like, hee-hoo, I'm going to do inadvisable magics. I mean, are witches ecologically knowledgeable and responsible? Because I feel like most witches and stories tend to be very, not corrupt per se, but not of the highest moral fiber and responsibility. Most of them are ended mostly by their irresponsibility and their lack of observational skills, whereas we've always displayed wizards as being wise beyond their years. But here's the real question about girl wizards that I think we need to talk about here and now because I think it's important. Obviously, as you know, wizards, their power is derived from their massive beards, so female wizards, girl wizards. Massive beards? Yeah? Are we in agreement on that? They all just have a massive Gandalf, Ramu looking kind of beard, just going straight down to the kneecaps? Because I think that'd be pretty based. I think that would be exactly where we need to be with girl wizards. I think that's the penultimate. I think that's peak. When people know about your depression and they randomly ask, "Hey, are you okay? How are you doing?" in that special voice. What's up, you depressed This is preferable, honestly. Man, I kind of know what it's like when someone's like, "Hey, are you doing okay, man?" It's I appreciate the fact that they're trying to show some tenderness. I'm in a bad place, and I appreciate them trying to make sure it's not getting any worse. Thank you for using the special voice. I know you're concerned now, and I appreciate your concern greatly. But also, yes, I am fine. I am just sad because I burnt my popcorn. Don't let adults steal this generation from you. Relish in selfies. Snapchat pictures of coffee to your friends. Huddle around an iPhone to watch Vines. Shamelessly love this generation's commodities, like how your parents loved their commodities, like disco or hammer pants or whatever else. Do not let angry adults take away a chance to experience the uniqueness of right now. I really love this post. God, this was about millennials. Oh no, this post is so crusty and old. It was about me once. This post is also wrong, just straight factually. It's good to enjoy the commodities of the day, but do not let your life be lived entirely on social media. Go out, hike a mountain, go on a trail, touch some grass. Don't get absorbed in the internet. Take it from me. We took this advice. We are worse for it. Go and live your life. Have a wonderful time. Associate with your friends. I mean, maybe wear a mask. Definitely wear a mask. Get vaccinated. But you get what I'm saying. Live life outside of our commoditizations because that's the only way that you can find value in the commoditizations. I'm not really mentally ill. I'm just faking this. A mentally ill proverb. I said this to my therapist and she looked me up and down and said, "So do you think I went to clown school?" Man, I did the same thing. I just started therapy recently, and it was just nah, it's definitely not that bad. It's fine. It's not that bad. And then, narrator's note, it was that bad. So if you have these thoughts, talk to somebody about them. Get a second opinion. It might be worth seeing a professional. Would it be discrimination to only hire employees at my donut shop who have the same name? Legally, I don't believe that breaches any discrimination laws. Morally, though, don't know. I believe God is on my side when it comes to Duncan's Donuts. Oh my God! You'd say, at the top comment, you'd save yourself a lot of trouble by hiring whoever, but only printing one type of name tag. When you're here, you're Duncan. This post came from New England. That's a terrifying concept. Today I found out that apparently if you kill someone in international waters on an unregistered boat and throw the body overboard, they can't trace it back to any one legal system, so you can't be prosecuted for their murder. So, what did you do today? Obviously murdered somebody in international waters. Duh! Next. Guys get 5,000% hotter when they roll up their sleeves. 0 to 100 real quick. I'm laughing because I feel like I'm in Victorian England. Show us your ankle! Show us your ankle! Look, I'm just saying, I feel like it kind of depends on the actual, like, outfit. Like, for me, rolling up my sleeves on my hoodie is a matter of comfort. I'm not doing it for any particular reason. But, like, if I'm wearing a vest and I got a button down on, yeah, I'm showing off. Pay attention. Thank you, that's all I wanted. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who could use some good old-fashioned tumbling in their day. If you do want more r/Tumblr, there'll be another one popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds, but until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.